Well, summer is definitely here. I'm certainly feeling very hot, and all I've been doing this morning is watering my plants here on the allotment to make sure they've got plenty of hydration. I thought I'd take you on a bit of a tour of my allotment today. Now, first of all, what we're finding, this very top half of my allotment, you often hear me say it's been a difficult one to look after. I've laid a mulch down this year, which has made all the difference. It's made it a little bit easier for me to look after. The trouble is, my neighbours to the north of me, they haven't been on their plot at all, which is really frustrating because their grass has got long. It's starting to come into my area and it's starting to swamp out my plants as well. So I'm going to have to start trimming back their grass. What's unusual is when they were here, they actually planted some fruit trees which are producing fruit. So I don't quite understand why they've given it up, which is very frustrating. Or have they given it up? I don't know. But on that note, you know, my fruit, my currant bushes are full of fruit. We've got plenty of gooseberries as well. So things are definitely going to be producing soon from these bushes. So it's always not worthwhile. Let's head on down to this part. Now this top half of the plot, I haven't quite given enough attention over the last couple of weeks, but this bed here are overwintered onions. They're doing okay. They should soon start harvesting. This one is a brassica bed, which is quite weedy at the moment. We'll worry about that over this next week. Winter sown onions or spring sown onions, they are in this bed. Again, weedy, but doing okay. Starting to bulb up, so the onions, it's not going to be long until they start ready for harvesting. We've got cauliflower and broccoli in this bed, which seem to be doing okay. Over there I've got my sweet corn, which I'm growing through cardboard for a bit of a different thing this year. All seem to be doing okay. And in this bed we've got our garlic. We're going to be harvesting our very early white garlic soon. And in this one are Brussels sprouts and some purple sprouting broccoli, which all seem to be come together quite nicely. We do have still an empty bed, which I've got to sort out, lay cardboard down and do what we want with it. So yeah, this bed, this is sort of coming together quite nicely. I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. But let's go down to the bottom half and see what's going on down there. Now in this, well, alongside the path that separates the top and bottom half, you know, we've got this top row of vegetables. Everything seems to be doing pretty well. The apple tree down the very far end there that we ripened during the winter, apples are starting to form on that, so that's great. Asparagus, I've actually stopped harvesting the asparagus now and just letting the phones grow and put energy down into the roots. Again, I've said about this area being difficult for the weeds, particularly creeping buttercup, so I'm hoping to sort that out. Always a problem. Rhubarb, getting plenty of rhubarb to say the least. That's doing fantastic. And then globe artichokes down the very end there, actually starting to form some artichokes, so that's good. I still haven't found a way that I can actually eat globe artichokes in a way that I like them, but I keep looking. I've actually made this little path here by accident, just from convenience more than anything, but it doesn't line up with the paths for the beds. Anyway, down on the bottom half, this bed is still empty. This is going to be was meant to be our pea bed, and you know the trouble I've had with peas. I don't think I'm the only one. Hopefully this last batch of peas that we've sown will survive in there and end up in there as time presents itself. First early potatoes, actually we've started harvesting some first early potatoes. Not brilliant amount, but good enough. We're going to harvest another row pretty soon. Then I can start putting leeks into that. As we move further down, second early potatoes I'm not touching at the moment, but they seem to be doing okay. And then the broad beans are also doing well. We're actually getting good harvests of broad beans. Into this bed we've got loads of runner beans and French beans, which seem to be doing okay. They're just starting to wind themselves up now, so pretty happy with that. And then the two main crop potato beds also seem to be doing well. Flowers on some of them as well. I've actually mulched these with a comfrey or a grass and comfrey mixture too, to try and help those out. So there, very much things are looking good. The two beds outside the greenhouse, we've got Charles and Camilla planted into those. I've got those finally in. They're sort of composting in situ type things, so that should be doing pretty good. And they should start hopefully providing us with pumpkins. They are, of course, crown prince Crown Prince pumpkins. It's easy for me to say. Now we're inside the greenhouse, so the newer greenhouse, which isn't fully glazed by a long shot. I've put in some cucumbers in grow bags. That seems to be doing okay at the moment. And then Grandad's greenhouse, we've got loads of tomatoes in, and they are actually doing really, really well. Nice strong growth, it has to be said, but we are even starting to see some tomatoes. One thing I did do was grow or plant some tomatoes in hanging baskets, but I've had to move those onto the floor because they were getting a little bit scorched in there. So lesson learned for next time. Now final area is going to be over here. Well, it actually got so hot here earlier that my camera stopped working, so I came back down this evening just to finish this video off. Now, this is the last area I wanted to bring to your attention. A little bit messy at the moment, don't get me wrong, but I'm not complaining because we've got plenty of gooseberries coming along. But more importantly, what I'm pleased about is we're getting plenty of cherries come here. And they're doing really well, I've got to say, getting lots and lots of cherries that are starting to turn red. These are Morello cherries, so they're quite a tart cherry, and they need to turn a real dark red before we start ripening. But we got loads of these last year, so I'm very, very pleased with this. And then I'm worried about the height of the hazel trees up towards the back there. 2.4 meters is our maximum height, which I think that is just about at. So I've got to keep a close eye on that. I'm probably going to have to coppice this again during the winter months. But yeah, all coming together nicely. Now, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe, and I will see you again in the next one. Until then, please take care.